not sure. Okay, so I would like to share my screen.
Yeah, just a second. I'm allowing
Yes,
you. Yeah,
yes.
Pratibha. Yeah, could you share now?
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to get started with this. And here it's the notice came to me saying that it is a French speaking class. So I thought we will start with speaking rather than, going again with alphabet or whatever, otherwise in 1 hour we'll be learning only the alphabet and with that what. So normally when we go through regular classes, yes, we start with alphabet and so on. But here I would like you to have some takeaway. So that is the reason for which we have decided to start with a little bit of speaking. So here in this part, you see something called parlez-vous français, right? You're all able to see my screen, all of you, yeah? So parlez-vous français? That's a question, which means do you speak French? Parlez-vous français? All right. Now, I'm not sure how many of you, I see some of you are annotating, maybe consciously or unconsciously. So we request you not to do that. Yeah. Okay. Not to do that, please. Yes. Uh, so, well, first of all, I would like to understand from you. You can just put it in the chat box, not scribble here, but put it in the chat box. Why learn French? Quickly. Why do you want to learn French? Why learn French? Just for me to understand you a little better. Hobby, interest, yes, okay. Extra language, want to learn something new, exactly. To learn sounds cool, yes. To immigrate to Canada, to increase job opportunity, interesting. To develop skill, explore language, interacting to new country, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I think you have all put it together in a lot of different things. So if you can see here, I've just listed few of the top reasons why we would like to learn French, right? So as you've all mentioned there, it is education. A lot of people would like to go for higher studies in France or now Canada also. No, many people would like to go to Canada and Belgium and all these countries. Yes, and employment for obvious reasons, travel or shifting or migrating to another foreign country, or even if you would like to travel a little bit, no? When you try to converse in a language of the locals, you can somehow get that kind of connect. So you will be able to get better at bargaining, get better at connecting with people. So it is always nice to learn a language. Of course, tourism, hobby, passion, and of course your communication. But besides all this, let us see what are some of the things which makes French interesting to learn. First of all, we can see, did you even know that French is the official language in 29 countries, not just France? It is there in 29 countries. So it is France, Belgium, Switzerland, Canada, a lot of places in Africa. And you could have heard about different islands called Reunion Island, where a lot of Indians are there. Lot of Indians who have migrated from here years ago, centuries ago, and even till today, they hold names with the family names. That lineage continues, and you can see them saying, "My name is Karupaya, my name is Munusami." So they say that they hold on to their family names, which is still there. So a lot of countries have this as the official language, and it is the sixth or fifth, depending on the year that you take, the gathering that you take. It is around the sixth most spoken language in the world, and it is an official diplomatic language. The United Nations operates in French as well. And for me, why speak French or why learn French? French is easier than you think that you can learn, because it has the same English script, right? If you want to learn Japanese or Korean or Chinese, it is not the same script. Here, it is the same English script. So all that you have to learn is a few tactics, a few tips on how to pronounce it, how to extract the words out of it, and 29% of English vocabulary comes from French. Now, how many of you know that? Do you already know that? Yeah? So many English words. And you are already speaking in French. How many of you say it is a bulb on moment? You can type BO. Okay. Whenever your bulb is glowing on, you can type BO in the chat box. You are already speaking a little bit of French in your day-to-day life. So let me ask you a few questions. You can still type in the chat box the first word. Where is this? What is this image showing? What place is this showing? You can type it in the chat box. What is this? The first image that you see. I hope you're all able to see the first image. Hotel, airport, the first image. Let's go one by restaurant. Yes, restaurant. Restaurant. Restaurant is a French word. Restaurant is a French word. We call it as restaurant because we have Englishized it. We have made it a little bit of English. So that is why we call it as a restaurant. But restaurant is a French word. The second one that we see is somebody is traveling. Okay, somebody is traveling. Yeah, they're going on a vacation. I can see they're going on a vacation in the airport. Now, when somebody is going, you're bidding them bye. And how do you wish them when they're going away? What is your greeting that you tell them? Bon voyage. Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, bon voyage. You say bon voyage. Shirin Kumar has typed it first. Very good. So bon voyage. What does that mean? Happy journey. Happy journey. Again, a French word which we are already using without knowing that it is a French word. So if there is a bulb on moment, you can put BO, right? And another word there, another picture there. What is the third picture that you see? Can somebody type what is the third picture that you see? Bouquet. Yes, bouquet. Have you ever wondered why this has such strange spelling? Because it is a French word again. We put BOUQUET. It is not bouquet. It is not bucket. It is bouquet because it is a French word. Yeah, wonderful. Again, another one here. Parachute. Wonderful, wonderful. What is parachute? Again, a parachute is a French word. Para is against. Okay, shoot is fall. Shoot means fall. Para is again and shoot is fall. So parachute, against fall, parachute. You all know it, right? All of you have been using these words, parachute. Again, another one. Let us go for another one. What is this? Cafe. Wonderful, wonderful. I can even see somebody typing with the accent marks. Akshita, wonderful Akshita. So cafe, we call it as a cafe, cafeteria, a coffee house that we go to. Again, a French word. The next one that you see, you see a pan over there, a pan. And the people, when they give all the recipes, they say, you take all the vegetables and you're going to what them? Anybody? Saute. Wonderful. Damon Vidhi. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, saute. Saute. Have you heard about saute? I'm going to saute it in the saucepan and then I'm going to go about it. Saute means to jump. Saute means to jump. So again, that is a French word. So I've just taken few examples of it. And I also thought that I will tell you that in our day-to-day life, in our day-to-day life, there are a lot of French words that you come across in your day-to-day life. How many of you have seen what is written in a scent bottle, in a perfume bottle? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what is written in a perfume bottle? What is written? No? La perfume, okay. Parfum, very good. With that, you have something else also. It starts with E. Pour femme, wonderful. Pour femme. Pour femme is for women. Wonderful. And you would have also seen it written as eau de parfum. EAU, eau de toilette, eau de parfum. I'm not sure how many of you would have seen. I have with me. I'm not, just a minute. I'm going to stop sharing so that you'll be able to see me better. Or can you see what is written here? Is it visible? Eau de parfum. Below, yeah, eau de parfum. If you're not able to see, don't worry. Let me just take you. Okay, I'm not able to go out of the screen. I don't know for what reason. Well, okay, so it is eau de parfum or eau de toilette. You would have seen it. If it is not visible, don't worry. You can go tonight and search in your scent bottles in your home. You will find that it is written in French. And how many of you have tasted this Haldiram snacks? Haldirams. You would have all heard about Haldirams. No, Haldiram snacks. Have you seen what is written in Haldiram snacks? You would have seen it as casse-croûte, casse-croûte and bien, casse-croûte and bien. So next time when you buy Haldiram snacks, please look at it. It would have been written as Kaskrut and Dian. Let me type it for you. Kaskrut. Kaskrut. Kaskrut is snacks. Okay. Kas is break and krut is like crunchy, crunchy. So snacks. So you can see it in the Haldiram packet that you buy in the shop. It is written in French. So these are French words that we say in our day-to-day life. And how many of you have gone to Pondicherry? Have you ever been to Pondicherry? You can see a lot of streets, a lot of places written in French again. A lot of places. La rue, le garçon, le jardin. Lot of words, lot of words. Next time when you go to Pondicherry, you have something to click on, something to see, and that is your thing. And many restaurants these days, yes, French street, you're exactly right. So a lot of restaurants again, you can see the restaurant starting with le or la. Have you seen that? Le jardin, la restaurant. You know, le or la, which is coming there into picture again because they want to keep a stylish French name. Okay. Yes, it is a or an. I can see that. Wonderful. Yes. So for some reason, I'm not able to move on to the next slide. Okay, I understand why. It's still there in the animated thing. Okay, so I've just taken a list of French words, okay, that we might already know, but we may not be aware that these are French words. Silhouette. When we draw, we say silhouette. When we say, you know, when you do a painting, when you take a photography, we say silhouette. The shaded image, the outline of a person, we call that as a silhouette. buffet. What is that? You all know it, right? We don't call it as buffet. We call it as a buffet or a buffet. Why? Again, a French word inside. Again, how many of you have gone to the restaurant and you say, I want to order a la carte? We say, do you want to go for a buffet? No, no, no. I want to take a la carte. I'm good with the a la carte. You take the menu card and you choose what you want. A la carte, which is nothing but take a menu card, choose from the menu card, and then you are making your own combination of what you would want to eat. How many of you have seen this word? Multi-cuisine, multi-cuisine. We go to a restaurant. I think everybody would have seen this. Multi-cuisine restaurant. What does that mean? Cuisine means kitchen, right? Cuisine is kitchen. So multi-cuisine is multi-kitchen restaurant. You get continental, you get Chinese, you get Arabic, you get North Indian, you get South Indian. Again, a Balgon moment, right? So we are using French already. We are not starting from zero. So I've seen some people putting in the chat box. I'm starting from this beginning. I don't know even a single word in French. See how many words you already know in French, right? So you already know a lot of words in French. Déjà vu. Have you heard about this word déjà vu? When something happens, you feel as if that has already happened. It will hit as if something has already happened. And that is, again, something called déjà vu. We say déjà vu there, right? Wonderful. Renaissance. We talk about Renaissance period. We all talk about Renaissance period, the Reformation period, and all those things. Naissance is birth. Renaissance is rebirth. Rebirth. Okay, so naissance is birth. Again, a French word. Bureau. How many of you heard this word bureau? And how many of us can spell it right? For the very same reason, if we have borrowed it from French language, that is why you have this strange spelling. It is not with B-O-U, R-O-U-G-H, nothing of that sort, right? So bureau there. How do you pronounce the next word? We call it as entrepreneur. We don't say entrepreneur, no. We would have made it into our native language, but we call it as entrepreneur. Why? Because again, a French word. Cabaret, cabaret, debris, detour. I'm taking a detour. En route. Pick me up some biryani en route. You know, we say, pick me up some food en route. Or en route, we visited Goa. We say that. Facade, when you're making some building, you'd call facade. The front face of a building, we call it as a facade. I'm not sure how many of you would have heard it, but when I was small, when cabaret is a dance, right? Cabaret is a dance, a disco and a dance that you do. So that is called cabaret. Yeah, I hope I'm answering your questions. Yeah. So then, then you have, when I was small, you know, when people had fever, they say, okay, you go, you dip your piece of cloth in idiclon and put it on the head, and then the fever will subside. I'm not sure how many of you have heard that. Idiclon, we say. It's a very scented perfume kind of a thing, which will bring down the temperature of a person. So that is basically eau de cologne. Eau is water. Okay, and cologne is the name of a place. Cliche. How many of you have heard this word cliche? Cliche is again stereotypes. Stereotypes. Yeah, cliche, we say. So those are your stereotypes. And then adieu. I'm going to bid adieu. Adios, amigo. That's, of course, Spanish, but then, yeah, adieu. Adieu is again bye. Saying bidding farewell is again from France. Fiancé. I'm sure all of you would have heard this word fiancé. Yeah? Why did we say fiancé? Again, it's from French. Genre. Which genre of movies do you like? Which genre of songs do you like? Genre. Again, from French word. Décoration, French word. Par avion. Those days when you have the mail, by air mail, whenever you get a, what do you say, a postcard, or when you get a greeting card or a letter, it would have been stamped par avion, meaning it has come by flight. Aviation engineering, all about flight, right? So avion, again, it is flight. Machine, rendezvous. I'm not sure how many of you've seen. If not, if at all you get another wedding invitation, try to look at it behind it. You would have seen this word RSVP. We'll put RSVP. What is RSVP? RSVP is répondez s'il vous plaît. That is another word. I should have put it in the next one, not here. I should have put it as the next word. Rendezvous is meeting and RSVP is répondez s'il vous plaît. Please respond. Again, the word souvenir. Souvenir. You go and you buy something in memory of that particular place or whatever, you hold it close. So souvenir is memory. Yeah. So again, a French word. Technique, ballet, all these are French words. French words, right? And now you can say, I already speak a little French because you've been speaking a little French already. So feel proud about you and, feel happy about it. Now, I was thinking what is apt, in 1 hour, it is impossible to teach a language. In 1 hour, it is impossible to even give you something in a nutshell. So what I thought is, let us start learning how to pronounce it, because there are a lot of similar words in English as in French. So the only difference is the pronunciation. So if you learn how to pronounce those words, probably you are already there to start extracting some words when you're listening to a French audio, just by knowing the pronunciation. For example, instead of education, they could have said education, which is nothing but education. Information, they could have said information. So just getting a little bit of knowledge on the pronunciation would take you there to understand, oh wow, they are talking about it, and then do all the mixing things. Indians are very good in that. You get two words, putting it together and making a story, we are very good at it, thank God. Right? So we will be able to do it. So I thought what would be more apt in this 1 hour session is to start with pronunciation. So I hope you're good and that would meet your expectations. If not, you can put in the chat box so that we will know how to steer around it if at all there's another session. All right. Okay. So the first thing that I want to drive into you is I'm going to give you a few tips. Okay. You can note all these tips so that you will be there in learning some reading and listening and all those things. It'll just put you through it. So the first set of words, I'm just combining some set of words with similar pronunciations. So I've taken buffet, bouquet, ballet, cabaret. So what do you notice in this? We are not pronouncing your T. You get it? We are not pronouncing the T. We say buffet. We don't say buffet, bouquet, ballet, cabaret. No, it's buffet, bouquet, ballet, cabaret. You get it? So the very, very first tip that I would like to give you is, in general, in French, the last letter of a word is not pronounced. This is a very major tip that I'm giving you. And if you would want to start reading, yeah, or understanding, you can go about it. The very first tip is, in French, the last letter is not pronounced. Okay. Now let's go on. I can see many people annotating. Could you please stop that?
Yeah, hey Pratibha. So let me share the screen and I will stop the annotation for everyone so
Okay.
that, yeah, it's better. Yeah, I'll share the screen. Yeah. Guys, please don't do this. Yeah. Could you stop just a second?
Yes, I can.
Okay, just a second. I'll quickly share the screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you able to?
I can see the title page, but I'm not there. I was at the 5th page.
Yeah, yeah. Just a second. I'm. Yeah. Now. Okay. Yeah. I've stopped now. No one would be able to annotate.
Well, okay. Yes.
Yeah. Just a second.
Yeah, I can see the chat box. We don't have coding classes at the moment at our institute. I'm sorry about it. Yeah, could you put it on screen? I mean, full screen slideshow.
Yeah.
Maybe F5.
It's F5.
Yeah.
Great.
We have to go to the. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So we are on this particular page. So what is the first tip that you learned? The first tip that you've learned is you don't pronounce the last letter of a word in most cases in French. Now, for the very same purpose, we've seen these words, cafe, sauté, fiancé, and now we are putting this E and we're pronouncing it, right? And that is why we have the accent marks in French. These are tools of pronunciation. Not only that, sometimes it also helps you in differentiating meanings, but it is also used as a tool of pronunciation. Whenever you see an E with an accent, you have to pronounce it. You give a sound. So it is not cap, it is cafe. It is sauté. It is not sauté. Cafe, sauté, fiancé. We don't say fiance, fiancé. If at all there was no accent mark right there, if it was just F-I-A-N-C-E without that accent, you pronounce it as fiance. You get the difference? So the first thing that we've learned is you are not pronouncing the last letter in general. However, if your last letter has an accent and it gives you some indication that something is happening over there, consider that in your pronunciation. Okay, so accent marks are your tools to help you pronounce better. The third one that I want you to notice here is you see décoration and then you have façade. Now I want you to note the C sound in both of these. Can you tell me what happens in the C sound? First one gets a K sound, décoration. And the second one, what happens? And second one, what happens? It is façade, sa sound, right? So décoration and façade. So this C, an accent mark below the C is there. And yes, and that helps you to pronounce it with a sa sound, façade. Otherwise, you should have pronounced it as facade. So this accent mark helps you to pronounce it as façade, right? For the same reason, in the first title slide, maybe we can see it later, otherwise it becomes too much to scroll again and again. I'm not sure if you've seen Francais. I have deliberately taken a picture which doesn't have a sedi mark. Okay, so in the very beginning, it's in the first slide. It's okay. It is okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It is okay because it's too much of animation and it's okay. So Francais always comes with a sedi and we say Francais. You get it? Now, the next fourth thing that we're going to learn is machine and cliche. Normally, when you pronounce the words of C, yes, décoration. So when you don't have accent mark below C, it is déco, co. It's not deso. In the second word that you see in façade, you see C has an accent mark below. It's called sedi. And that accent mark, yes, exactly, yes. And when you have an accent mark, that is going to give you a sa sound. It's façade. I hope you're clear with that. Okay. Moving on to the fourth one, you have machine and cliche. CH is pronounced as sh. Sh. Normally, CH we don't pronounce it sh. We pronounce either a cha sound or ka sound in English. Chair, isn't it? Or cheat. So this has an ish sound. So again, it is a French thing. Wherever you have a C and a H, you're going to pronounce it as sh. Machine, cliche, right? Are you okay till here? I hope you're okay for the pronunciation part still here. So we will just move ahead. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So in the next slide, we are having this word entrepreneur and en route. En is pronounced as o. O. We start pronouncing at o. Okay. So o, entrepreneur, en route. Again, the next one when we are going to go is another pronunciation that we are going to learn is TIO. Wherever you're going to have TIO, you're going to pronounce it as CIO. So that's where it's going to become educación. It's not educación, it's educación. And formación. You get it? So these are words which are there in English and in French, just that you don't know the knack of identifying it. Now, what I'm teaching you is just a little bit of tips so that you will be able to extract those English words out of a French audio or a video or a film that you watch or things like that. Okay, these are words that we easily can relate ourselves to. Now, the third thing that I want to teach is iniciación, immigration, and formation. Okay, the first two gets a E sound, E sound. The last one gets a sound, iniciación and formation. The tip that I want to give here is this. Look at the third different letter in a sentence. Sorry, in a word. Third different letter in a word. In the first word, iniciación, what is your third different letter? Your I is your first letter, your N is your second letter, and your third letter is I. Your third different letter, if it is a vowel, what is it? If it is a vowel, A-E-I-O-U. If it is a vowel, then you pronounce it as E, iniciación. You get it? Now let us look at the second word, immigration. Your first word is I. Your second, I told you, second different letter. Okay, the second letter is M, and the third different letter is I. You get it? When M is going to repeat, I'm not going to consider it. I'm talking about third different letter. You get it? So I, MM together is your second letter. The third letter is I. So even in that case, you are going to pronounce it as immigration. Are you okay with that? So when a third different letter is a vowel, you give a E sound. Okay. I should have added IN or IM, but I haven't done it. Okay. So immigration. How is I third different letter? Okay. You see immigration. So I is your first letter. The second letter is M. Okay. The third letter, if you count normally, it is again going to be M, but it is not a different letter. So two M's, you put it together. How many ever times M is going to repeat, you consider it as the second letter. And then your third letter is going to be your I. So if your third letter, if at all, it is going to be a vowel, you pronounce it as immigration or iniciación. You get it? And then we move on to the next one. What is happening? What is your third different letter? I is your first one. Yes, Amartya, it can appear in the beginning, not in the sequence. Okay, so if how many ever times that M is going to appear, you're going to consider it as. Now I understand where the confusion comes from. I meant that 2 times in a row or 3 times in a row you don't have the same letter. If you have it, you're going to count it at one single letter. Does that answer your doubt? Okay. So and formation. So now it is INF. Okay, so INF. Can you write the vowel that you speak? I cannot write here because I don't have the annotating permission. So if you see the third one, you see I information. No, the third word that you're saying. So I is going to be your first letter, N is going to be your second letter, and F is going to be your third letter. You get it? So your third letter here is not a vowel, but it is a consonant. It is a consonant. Therefore, you are going to pronounce it as A, and formation. Was it okay? Is this okay? Yeah, shall I repeat again? You take a word that starts with I. You look at the third letter. If the third letter is a vowel, you start with E sound. If the third letter is a consonant, you start with the A sound. But when you're going to consider this counting of vowels for the third one, if your second letter is going to be repetitive, you're not going to consider that as 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. We're not going to number it in sequence. Rather, we consider that as one single letter. You get it? Perfect. Now, let us move on to the fourth one. It means if the third letter is a vowel, then we pronounce it as in. Yes, exactly. Yes, yes. Consonant, the third one, consonant, anything except your A, E, I, O, U is consonant. I hope all of you are clear with that. A, E, I, O, U is your vowel, and anything apart from that is a consonant. So in information, the third letter that you have is not a vowel. Instead, you have a consonant over there, and therefore it becomes information and not information as in English. All right. Now let's move on to your fourth box where you see your bon voyage and bon appetit. Do you remember what we said as the first one? H is also a vowel. At times yes, at times no. I don't want to enter into the complications of H right now. In French, H, sometimes you pronounce H, sometimes you don't pronounce H. Exactly as in English. No, we don't say it is my honor to meet you. We say it is my honor to meet you, where H gets silent. So we call it as H is there, but it gets muted. So you call H mue. So it goes and the next vowel takes its sound. So I don't want to get into details of it for the beginners because some of you might know a little bit and then it will be confusing for everybody. So not right now. Okay. I hope I'm answering your question as well. Okay. So bon appetit. Yes, as you said, it's a happy meal. The very first thing that we learned, do you remember the first pronunciation tip that we learned? The first pronunciation tip that we've learned? Anybody? The first pronunciation tip? In the first, what was the first pronunciation tip that was given to you? The first pronunciation tip? Last letter is silent. Thank you. Yes, Shirin. The last letter is silent. That was the first pronunciation tip that we learned. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a little more importance into it. Here, the first one, we are going to pronounce it as bon voyage. Bon voyage. The second one, we are going to pronounce it as bon appetit. Bon appetit. The first one, bon voyage. The second one, we are going to pronounce it as bon appetit. The N is pronounced. It is bon appetit. Bon voyage is happy journey. Bon appetit is have a happy meal. Eat well. So the French people wish each other before eating. They say bon appetit. Okay, before eating, they say bon appetit. Now, what is that we would like to learn is in general, the last letter of a word is not pronounced. Yes, that was the first rule that we learned. But if your second word starts with a vowel, if your second word starts with a vowel, so bon appetit, A starts with a vowel. So in that case, you are going to pronounce the last letter of the previous word. So therefore, it becomes bon appetit and not bon appetit. Are you okay with this? Everybody is clear till here? Some of the pronunciation tips that are given? No? Okay. So it is so much confusing. All right. So look at the two words, bon voyage and bon appetit. We are going to see the two words, bon voyage and bon appetit. Now in bon voyage, can you tell me voyage, V, it starts with a vowel or a consonant? V starts with a vowel or a consonant? Consonant. So when you're starting with a consonant, the previous word, which is bon, the last letter is not pronounced. It is the rule that we already said, that rule applies. In the second word, bon appetit, in the second word, bon appetit, what is happening? A starts with a consonant or a vowel? Vowel. So when you start with a vowel, the previous word's last letter is pronounced. It becomes bon. It is not bon. Are you okay with that? Yeah. So bon voyage and bon appetit. What is the difference between what? I can't see that. What was the question? What is the difference between pronunciation of and at the end? Okay, those are all accent marks. And it is just the amount of length that you're going to increase. Okay, so A or A. Okay, we're not going to look into that right now again, not into the scope. People who have extra doubts, you can always address it during the regular class if at all you were interested in taking up a regular class at a later point in time. Okay. Now let's move on to the next slide. So now that we've learned a little bit of pronunciations, let us learn to talk a little bit also. Okay, so we are going to, I hope you are all able to pronounce the word that I've written on the top. Salutation. Salutation. Why? Because TIO gets a CIO sound. So salutation. And another tip that we've learned is we don't pronounce the last letter. So it is not salutations, it is salutation because S is not pronounced. All right. Okay, so now let us see here. We have a lot of exceptions in French. Okay, so here it is bonjour. All of you have told bonjour. It is good day. Okay, we pronounce it as bon plus jour. We've already learned what is bon. Bon is good and jour means day. So bonjour means good day, good morning. Like how we say good morning, we say bonjour. Same way we have bonsoir. Bonsoir. Bon plus soir. Bon is good and soir is evening. So you have good evening. Bonsoir. Okay. It is not possible that all of us can pronounce it together. So I just want you to pronounce with me. Yes, we pronounce R. That's why I initiated saying that we have exceptions in the language. Okay, so bonjour. So bon plus jour is called bonjour. Bon plus soir is bonsoir. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Bonne nuit is good night. Bon is good and nuit is night. Now here I would like you to remark one thing. Bonjour, B-O-N. Bonsoir, B-O-N. Bonne nuit becomes B-O-N-N-E for the same nuit. No, we don't pronounce T. We don't pronounce T in nuit. It's just nuit. Okay, it is like N-W-E-E, something like that. Nuit. Okay. So because it's similar to Hindi, okay? French, everything has a gender. Day is a boy. Day is a masculine gender, so you have B-O-N. While night is a feminine gender, so based on that, it becomes B-O-N-N-E. Is my voice not clear for everyone, or is it only for some? Is my voice clear and audible?
Yeah, Pratibha, it's clear and
Oh,
audible.
okay.
Check your mic, guys. Like, check your audio settings.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so you have bonne nuit. So you have bonne is good plus nuit is night. Night being a feminine gender, the spelling changes. Okay, don't give much importance into it right now, just in case you were asking this doubt to yourself. I just wanted to clarify that. Now, bonjour, bonsoir, bonne nuit are all very formal. Okay, now let us go for very informal way of greeting people. So when you say salute, you say salute. Yes, it is hello. Hello. Yes, salute. Salute is again very informal. Again, you have cuckoo. They have this action like cuckoo. Cuckoo is again hi, not darling. No. Share is there. Dear, darling, and all is share. Sherry. Here it is cuckoo. Cuckoo is hi. Then you have au revoir. The way it's pronounced is our. When you're going in the speed, you just say our. It's just bye. Yeah, goodbye. It's goodbye. Yes. Au revoir is bye and goodbye. Right. Okay. So let's move on. Okay. So we can salute means hello. Hello. It's like salute. No, you can say salute. Hello. Okay. Which one would you want to repeat? Priyanka. Okay, so bonjour is good day, bonsoir is good evening, bonne nuit is good night, salut is hello, coucou is like hello or hi, and au revoir or au revoir is bye. Okay. Yes, we can move on to the next slide. We are getting into a little bit of talking right now. Okay, so very basic thing, wherever you go, at least to survive, wherever you go, at least to survive, you want to exchange a little bit of greeting to each other. Do we pronounce R in the last word? Awak. Yes, a little bit. Okay. It has a very different R sound. Bon appetit is spelling different, while bonjour is different. No, bon appetit and bonjour have the same bon. B-O-N is the same. Bonjour and the previous thing in bon appetit was the same. Only bonne nuit, because night is feminine gender, you have NNE. It also means good. Au revoir. Okay, au revoir. That's the pronunciation. But in speed, they say au revoir. Au revoir. That's it. Ma'am, would we speak R and soir? Yes. Soir. Okay, it just goes and it rolls in your thing. You don't emphasize a soir. No, soir. It goes here. Soir. All right. Okay, so moving on to the next one, which is the greetings. The basic greetings that you can ask anybody, or the least courtesy that we can show to anybody, is how are you? Okay, so the how are you is comment ça va. Now that you've learned the pronunciation, you can see C-O-M-M-E-N-T. So T we are not going to pronounce, E-N we are going to give a on sound. So comment ça va. Kamo sava means how fine are you? How fine are you? Can you all repeat? I know you're all on mute, but try to repeat after me. Kamo sava. So if you want to ask somebody, you say bonjour, kamo sava. Kamo sava, which means how are you? How fine are you? And the answer is very simple in its very simplest form. You say the same thing. Sava, merci. Sava is fine. Merci is thanks. Can we try it again? You can all repeat after me. Bonjour, comment ça va? Ça va, merci. Sava is fine. Okay, it's kind of how fine, fine, thanks. It's like that. Okay, fine. Comment ça va? Ça va, merci. Merci means thanks. Now, let us see some dialogues. I've also given you the meaning of it separately up, but let's see the dialogue, the first dialogue in the first box. You start a conversation very formally. Merci means thanks. Thanks. Okay. So let us start bonjour, bonjour, and you put a name. Okay. So if you want to talk to me, my name is Pratibha. So you say bonjour, Pratibha. Okay. Or anybody. Bonjour, Pratibha. Comment ça va? Or if you want to ask a sir, bonjour monsieur, comment ça va? Bonjour monsieur, comment ça va? Or if you want to ask madam, bonjour madame, comment ça va? Okay, so you can use names because it is permitted to use names. We use sir and madam. There it is not really necessary. Monsieur is yen. Yes, monsieur. Yeah, it's monsieur. Okay, monsieur, monsieur, right? Yeah, it has a different pronunciation, so I'm not getting into details of it again because it is adjective, possessive, a little bit of grammar part. I don't want to take it right now in this particular course. Okay, so bonjour, monsieur, you can start learning like that. Bonjour, monsieur, or bonjour, madame, comment ça va? So what is your answer? Ça va, merci. Okay, you finish with ça va, merci. Now there's another thing that is underlined over there on top. What is that? Et vous. Et vous. Et vous means and you. And here vous is with respect. It is with respect or it is for plural. Okay. We say it is the up form. Up. Okay. In Tamil we say neenga. And neenga eppadi irkeenga or up. Okay, so that is the way it is asked. Ça va, merci, et vous, et vous. Okay. Now then you go ça va, merci. Then you can say enchanté. Enchanté means pleased to meet you. Nice meeting you. Okay. It is a very, very, very basic conversation that you can have. Can we try it again? Bonjour. You can put some name. Okay. So I'm going to put meat because I know only meat's name here. So I say bonjour meat. Comment ça va? And meat can respond saying ça va, merci, et vous, and you. It is polite to ask others, how are you? So you ask others, et vous, ça va, merci. Then you say enchanté, nice meeting you. Now with a very informal conversation, all that you're going to do is take off your bonjour, replace it with a salut. Okay, replace it with a salut. So now what happens if you're replacing it? Merci means thanks. For all the words, the meanings are given on the top. So you can just look at it. Okay. So salut is hi, how are you? Again, you go ça va, merci, et toi. Somebody had already posted in the group et toi. Et toi. You pronounce it as et toi. Toi. Okay. It is a different thing. It's called et toi. So merci et toi. Ça va, merci et toi. So which is fine, thanks, and you. In a very, very informal form. It is a very, very informal form, which is and you again, but it is like tum. Okay, it is like tum. While et vous is like up. You get the difference between both, right? So up and tum. Ninga or it is ni. Ça va, merci, enchanté. Okay, enchanté pronunciation is pretty easy. Why? Because en we have already learned, we pronounce it as on. Ch we've learned, we pronounce it as sh. Enchanté. And E, we know how to pronounce it at the end. Enchanté. Okay. So this is your greetings. All right. Now, can I go to the next slide? Can we move on to the next slide? All right. So here again, it's the same thing. We can skip We can skip. We can move on to the next slide. All right. Yes, here. So now we have learned all these things. We know salut, we know bonjour, we know bonsoir, and we also know comment ça va. Ça va. Okay, how are you? And you can answer ça va, merci, like you said, fine, thanks. But you can also say fine, ça va bien. I'm very good. Ça va bien. Ça va bien. Or you can say ça va mal. Mal is no, I'm not very good. Ça va mal. Okay, you pronounce L over there. Okay, these are all some exceptions in French. So ça va bien, ça va mal. Mal is I'm not feeling very good. I'm feeling bad. And this is very typical. With this action you do, ça va comme si, comme ça. You can do it? Yes, Shivani, you're right. It's okay, okay. Comme si, comme ça. I'm okay, okay. Okay, I'm like this, I'm like that. So these are few things that you can already start to talk. We can go to the next slide. Yeah. So I thought I'll teach you a little song. This is what we normally do in our regular classes. We learn through songs, we learn through games, we learn through puzzles because it stays in our head. Come see, no, come sa has. Again, it's with the combination of phonetical things, which we will not get into this because it's not in the, it's more of spoken right now. So I'm not going to get into that right now. All right. Okay, so let us sing a French song, probably your first French song. Are you all ready? I hope you are all ready. If you're all ready, you can put a thumbs up. That will help me to know that you're all listening. Yes, I can see that. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yes. So now the song is pretty simple. Okay, we are going to sing Bonjour, mes amis. Okay, we say Bonjour, mes amis. My friends. Okay, good day, my friends. Mes amis. Okay, so let's pronounce together. Let's pronounce together before we start to sing. All right. Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Can we do it? Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Whenever you're learning a new language, we should take off all our shyness, throw it outside. Okay? Because only then we can learn anything that you want to learn. Throw your shyness away. It's like a cloak that you're holding. Just throw it away and then pretend as if you're all little kids. Okay, that's what we are going to do right now. We are going to do Bonjour, mes amis. Okay, do the actions. Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Can we do it again? Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Okay, and we are going to say, what does that mean? Good day, my friends. Good day, my friends. How are you? How fine are you? Bonjour is good. Mes amis is my friends. Okay, bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? How fine are you? Okay, and we are going to say, ça va bien. Go for the action with me. Ça va bien. Ça va mal. Mal is not bad, not good. Ça va mal. Ça va comme si, comme ça. You get it? Ça va bien. Ça va mal. Ça va comme si, comme ça. Okay. Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? So can we try to do that? It's with, I'm not sure how many of you know the song. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. We're going to try it singing in that particular tune. All right. Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Ça va bien, ça va mal. Ça va comme si, comme ça. Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Can we sing it one more time? Are you all ready? Can we all sing it one more time? Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? Ça va bien, ça va mal. Ça va comme si, comme ça. Bonjour, mes amis. Comment ça va? You can try singing this song again and again at home so that you get at least a basic conversation recorded and registered in your head. Because 1 hour session with so much is not sufficient. Everything will evaporate. You know, it will be here. Thank you so much. So it will just evaporate, right? Before I close down, I thought we can just move on to the next slide. We can move on to the next slide. We can move on to the next slide again. Yeah, we can move on to the next slide. We can skip this. Yeah. So we can go to the previous one. Previous one. Yeah. So I just wanted to talk to you about pursuing French. Is it really needed to pursue French? It's up to you. If you want to pursue French, yes, you can pursue French. If not, no, it's not needed. But what I found coming from a background where I did my research in nanotechnology, and now it's kind of a different turn that I've taken into French language teaching. because I wanted to help a lot of single women and a lot of youngsters to find employment. So that's why I have moved into this, quitting my job, which was quite lucrative. And I'm running a skill development center which supports a lot of underprivileged children. And the other courses that we take for others, we use it to support the education of people who cannot afford. So that's how we are into it. So why do you pursue French? Because yes, you can teach, and there are a lot of corporate jobs. But you know what? You know what? A lot of corporate jobs are there, but very few people can speak French. A lot of people have the certifications, but if you go for a job, there are for say for example, they want to recruit one or two people. There are only very few people who are there. Very few people who are able to speak the language. So you have a lot of corporate jobs, and if you improve on your speaking skills, you get a lot of jobs as translator, your higher studies, and all those things are there, and it keeps your brain really really active. I can really tell this to you. If you have not thought about learning any new language, you should really think about it, because it keeps your brain active. And my father at 65 is learning French with me right now, and if he can do it, I'm sure all of you can do it with young minds, right? And it enhances knowledge. When I was doing a PhD, I was so focused into just one thing. I was doing research, research, research. Today, I can talk about architecture, I can talk about politics, I can talk about sociology, I can talk about culture, I can talk about science, I can talk about literature, everything, because language doesn't limit you to anything. You know, the way that it exposes your mind to everything is something that I'm so passionate about, and it helps you so much to be an all-rounder. You know, I wonder why I didn't have this passion when I was a kid. So I'm a late learner. I learned French after going to France the hard way, because everybody starts speaking in French and I start learning French. My teachers were all native speakers, so it was easier. And then at Alliance Française and Here and Now and so on. And then to talk about the exam and certifications, you have various certifications in this. You have level A1 to level C2, where A1 and A2 are your beginner level, as you can see from the dabba below. Yeah, A1 and A2 are the beginner levels. B1 and B2 an intermediate level, but anything between B1, you know, you will be able to already find a job. And even for higher studies and for your migration to Canada for TEF scores, that is sufficient enough. Okay, and then you have your C1 and C2, which is really literature level. If you really want to do it, if you want to get into teaching, it's kind of literature. All right, so these are the different levels. And the next one, you can just show the next one, next slide, Meet. Yeah. So here, the upcoming courses, I think Meet will also share from the Wave another brochure, but I'm just showing here. The upcoming courses are starting on the 5th of July. Okay, that is next Monday. And these are the modules that are starting right now. So our first module A1 is A1, but we also give a complimentary introduction to A2. We at least do 2 or 3 units on A2, the next level. Okay, that will be completely complimentary to you. And we do it in 4 months. And we meet 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday. And this batch is planned between 12 to 1 IST in the middle time, you know, midweek. And it comes around 3,000 rupees per month. You know, if you work it out, it's just going to be less than 180 rupees per hour, which is actually very, very cheap, which is not the market price. Usually it is around 500 or 400 for a French class if you see something of worth, okay? Just to make it affordable. And then again, we have another A2 course, which is starting on the 5th of July again. And that is A2 plus intro to B1. People who've already completed the A1 level can go there. And that is between 8:15 to 9:15. I'm sure Meet will share the poster and brochures with you. And we also have a kids 2-week program that's also starting on July 5th, between ages 9 to 13. Yeah. Apart from learning French, these are our other courses. We have spoken French, Silambam, which is another ancient art from a very wonderful trainer who is reputed. Then we have spoken Tamil, fun with maths, music courses, vocal, Western vocal, and Python, Excel, and I repeated it twice. I'm so sorry. I just quickly typed it. So these are some of the courses that we have. All right. So I hope I've met your expectations. I'm not really sure. This is the first time I'm ever giving a free demo class or
Yeah,
any class.
Pratibha, it was great. It was really
Okay,
great.
thank you, thank you.
And also, guys, agar if you know, I'll just
Sorry?
drop my yeah. So like as I was saying, I'll just drop my uh, my so basically, if anyone is interested in the course, right? So I am dropping my cell number in the chat, so you can ping me
Yeah.
on WhatsApp, and then we can go forward from there, guys. Okay, guys. So I have pinged my So I've basically pinged myself in the chat. I'll just do it once again, right? So that it doesn't get lost in all these chats. Yeah, great.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. If at all you want to have any correspondence, you can contact the Wave Club because they are the ones who are organizing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Great. So I'll just open the mic. If anyone has any queries or questions, you can speak up now. Great. Just a second. I'll just open the mic. And guys, ये class का basically this class का ये जो है feedback form will be uploaded on the group. So do please उसको याद से भर देना because we see that a lot of people don't fill those forms. So it helps us understand how we can improve. Great. Just a second. I'm trying to figure out how to open the chat. Uh, hmm. Yeah, guys. So the chat is open. If anyone wants to speak up and ask anything to ma'am. Yeah, guys. Now you can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Deepika.
Yeah. Could you
When will
speak?
be
Huh.
the next question, next class? When do we have the same next class?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. So people are asking that agla class kab hoga. So it'll happen. I don't know. It'll happen. I don't know. But hoga for sure after a few weeks maybe. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Could you please tell the YouTube link
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
channel?
Yeah. So I will upload it on the group. So yeah, in a few
And
minutes. Yeah.
okay, thank you. And we wanted the PDF of this file which ma'am has.
You
matlab-
won't be able to get the PDF. You can check out the video, right? So usme you can see the slides. So we won't share the PDF as such, right? Because it's proprietary material for ma'am, and so yeah, we won't be able
Okay.
to share the PDF. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you please share your details?
You can contact the Wave Club. They are
Yeah.
the organizers.
Right. You can ping me and I will share the brochure and everything of the class details, and then we can speak a bit on that if you are interested. Great. I'll just again share my number here. So you can ping me on WhatsApp on this number. Yeah, there.
Or maybe Meet can also share the brochure that you've done so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
everyone can take a screenshot or whatever if you would like.
Yeah. So yeah, just ping me here and then I will share you the brochure on WhatsApp. It has every details of the course and everything.
Whenever our next class is going on?
Next class will happen in a few weeks, maybe, probably. French class, like per se, but yeah, we conduct a lot of multiple hobby classes. So you are free to join any of them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, if anyone wants to ask something else, so I'll be closing the class in 2-3 minutes.
Ma'am, can you please give me some tips how to introduce myself in French?
Sorry, can you say that again? Your voice was not audible properly.
Can you please give me some tips how to introduce myself in French?
Yeah, someone is asking how to introduce themselves.
Yeah,
in
that will
French.
be another session altogether. So yeah, if in a very simple sentence you can just say je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. It is I call myself. Je m'appelle and your name. Enchanté is nice meeting you.
Yeah. Great, guys. So all of these things will be covered in the class that she organizes. So yeah, if you are interested, do ping me and I will share the details of that.
Yeah, our regular class will cover all of these. Your speaking, your listening, your writing, all the skills are there. So if you would like to pursue, because language doesn't come in a day, it's a lifelong commitment, Now it's just for you to, as a hobby, to learn a few things on the go, casually on the go and things like that. But if you are determined, I think you'll have to take up a long-term commitment and to learn the language.
Great guys. If anyone wants to ask something, just 2 more minutes and then I'll close the session. So yeah, guys, if anyone wants to say something to us or to ma'am, ask something. Great. So I don't think we have any questions. So we have a class on cubing and dance. So yeah, feel free to join, and details will be posted on the group. Do check out our Instagram, and yeah, great. So that said, I think let's close the session.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Pratibha. Yeah, thanks
Thank
everyone.
you.
And
Thanks.
thanks a lot,
Thanks a
Pratibha.
lot, Dr.
Thank you.
Pratibha. You're like
Thank you,
awesome
ma'am.
today.
Thank
This
you.
was a
Thank
really
you.
great
Thank you.
session. Yeah, probably the best. that
Thank
we've
you,
had.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and wishing you all the
Thank
best.
you
Thank
so
you, ma'am.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye everyone. Thanks a lot for attending. A lot many hobby classes are coming in future, so yeah, stay tuned. And great. So yeah, people are leaving. So yeah, I'll just end the class from my end. Thanks a lot, Pratibha, Dr. Pratibha. It was really great. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, really great session. Thank you. Thanks a lot for taking.
Thank you, Dr. Pratibha.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Thank
Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.